There are a lot of good mortadella sandwiches out there. In São Paulo, Brazil, they griddle the thin sliced cold cut in great heaps, capped by melted cheese, and tuck it into crusty French rolls to make monster sandwiches 4 inches thick. For a while last year, I couldn't escape stories about La Mortazza at Mother Wolf in LA, which stuffs mortadella, pistachios, and lemony ricotta into what is essentially a pizza crust folded over into a Muppet head minus the googly eyes. If, like me, you are obsessed with videos of Italian sandwich makers, you'll frequently see them stuffing wisp-thin slices of mortadella into great crusty bread rolls or soft, lush focaccias, painting the breads with pestos and filling them with fresh cheeses. I recently wrote about a mortadella sandwich that I found compelling, but it didn't come from any of those places. This mortadella sandwich originated in Iran, or Persia perhaps, and it's called Sāndevich-e Kālbās. Kālbās is the Farsi word for mortadella, and that comes to that language from the Russian, where fat sausages intended for slicing, like mortadella, are called kolbasa. For centuries, Russia and Persia had disputed control of the Caucasian territories between them, but by the 20th century, England and Russia were carving Persia up for themselves, the Russians in the northeast and the Brits in the south. After the October Revolution, many Russians fled to northern Iran and continued to live there even after Iranian independence. So, over the course of the 20th century, Russian deli culture bled into the culture at large of Iran as well. I learned about the Persian mortadella sandwich via an article by a professor of Iranian studies at Boston University, who wrote of his nostalgia for growing up in Tehran and ordering garlicky mortadella stuffed into long, soft French bread rolls, buttered on one side and filled with tomatoes, pickles, onions, and herbs. Herbs are a vital part of Persian cuisine. The national dish of Iran is an herb stew called ghormeh sabzi, and it's common to see a plate of herbs, nuts, and cheese called sabzi khoran on the Iranian table to be used to construct small bites alongside the entrees. The collection of herbs and vegetables that an Iranian deli offered with its sandwiches is called mukhalafat, and the more extensive the mukhalafat, the better the deli, or so said the people of Tehran in the 70s. Now, in most places, mortadella is made with pork, but according to our Persian professor, even in pre-revolution Tehran, pork was too expensive to be ground up into a sausage. For years, I have been seeing halal mortadellas at every Middle Eastern grocery store I frequent. It may be spicy or mild, and it may include pistachios or not, but it will most likely be made with beef, as are both styles I've acquired for this sandwich. And I've made myself quite the mukhalafat, with scallions, dill, parsley, cilantro, mint, basil, red leaf lettuce, sliced tomatoes, red onions, and Persian pickled cucumbers. And I've used it all, putting together this Persian mortadella sandwich, or Sāndevich-e Kālbās. And it's terrific. The idea of replacing, or at least supplementing, a more boring green like lettuce in a sandwich with a collection of herbs is brilliant. Spike the bitter, watery crunch of lettuce with sour, grassy dill, or with cool, sweet mint. Give it the freshly citrusy snap of cilantro, or the pungent, peppery punch of parsley, or all of the above, and more. Sweet basil, pungent scallion. I'm excited to try it with the burnt sugar flavor of fenugreek or the licorice taste of tarragon. In such a lineup of big flavors, the nominal star of the show, the kālbās, or mortadella, is almost an afterthought. It worked, I could taste it in there, and its mild flavor did not clash with the wild array of herbs. But I almost think you could put anything into a sandwich like this and have a good outcome. Sliced chicken or turkey, roast beef, ham. Choose your favorite charcuterie and go to town.